Today, our searchlight will be beamed on the Lagos State Judicial Panel report on EndSars investigation and Davido and his flock of millionaires. Come and join the ride with me. Now, without further razzmatazz, let's get right into it.
The video is said to show police officers of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad or SARS unit of the Nigerian police force shoot a young man to death in Ughelli, Delta State. They leave his body on the side of the road and make off with his car.
Apart from pressing for the disbandment of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS, the EndSars protesters had 5 key demands. Immediate release of all arrested protesters, justice for all victims of police brutality and appropriate compensations for their families. Setting up an independent body to oversee the investigation and prosecution of all reported police misconduct. Carry out psychological evaluation of all disbanded SARS operatives before they can be redeployed. Increase of police salary and adequate compensation for protecting the lives and property of citizens.
And this was how it all started. In October 2020, a social media report on police brutality in Delta State was all it took to trigger a nationwide protest tagged EndSars. The protest, which dragged for days, turned violent, resulting in killings, looting, and destruction of public property. Following the massive destruction of property across the country and the killing of defenseless members of the populace, the youths, and the young adults, and even security personnel, the federal government directed state governments to set up a probe panel to investigate the crisis and make recommendations. A protest that started peacefully, attracting musicians, artists, who came in to add color to the protest, singing, dancing, and waving the Nigerian flag, was hijacked and turned violent, giving the nexus for security invasion, rather than security personnel providing protection as is done in Senate Klein. They would rather clamp down, tear gas, and kill protesters. A protest that was a peaceful demonstration over accusations of kidnapping, harassment, and extortion by the disbanded police unit, Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS. A protest that was to draw the attention of government to the deplorable working conditions of police officers. So you can as well say that this protest was a win-win for the civil populace as well as the police officers. So if the protest was a win-win for both the civil populace and the police officers, then why the shooting, why the tear gassing and killing of the same protesters who are actually protesting for your own benefits? Who's got an answer to that? So that was the event of 2010-20. Now fast forward 13 months later, the Lagos State Judicial Panel report is ready.
I hereby present 2 volumes
in the government office this afternoon to begin to put closure to a very important matter that affected the state. Pursuant to the powers conferred on Mr. Governor, he set up this tribunal to look into SARS-related abuses in Lagos State. Shortly after the panel was inaugurated, the terms of reference was also expanded to include the incident at the Lekki toll gate. The panel has sat for almost a year, and they are come today, Mr. Governor, to present the outcome of their sittings for the past 1 year before Mr. Governor.
After sitting for a year, the panel has submitted its report during the week, indicting both the federal and the Lagos State government, confirming that there was indeed a massacre of protesters at the Lekki toll gate on 2010-20. This mortal violence committed by Nigerian security personnel against the protesters couldn't be ignored, as such callous brutality could only be considered a massacre. That was what the report said. The report contains a list of the dead, the missing, and the injured ones during the shooting. And this is how the panel concludes its findings. It says the killings, the mortal violence by Nigerian security personnel on the night of 2010-20 is something that can be considered as a massacre. That the Nigerian army shot, injured, killed, unharmed, defenseless, headless protesters without any provocation or justification while they were waving the national flag and singing the national anthem. And the manner of assault and killing could in context be considered a massacre. Wow, what could be more damning than that? Recall that despite the overwhelming evidence that the army officers that were deployed shot and killed protesters, the Nigerian army and pro-government continue to be in denial of the truth. In fact, even the Minister of Information even described the incident as phantom massacre and called CNN investigation as fake news. Many Nigerians and international community have applauded the Lagos State Judicial Panel reports. Do you think government will act and implement the recommendation of the reports so as to bring closure to the victims and their families? Why can't the government rescind its earlier position and accept that there was indeed shooting and defenseless Nigerians died at Lekki toll gate on 2010-20 instead of trying to discredit the report being circulated as the leaked report or what they would call fake reports? We are so familiar with leaked memo, leaked report, especially when it doesn't favor the government. Are they saying that this report is leaked because it doesn't favor, the content of the report does not favor the government? Would they have said that the report is a leaked report if indeed it did favor the government? Would the government say it was leaked or fake report that is being circulated? Now, coming to our second story, Davido and his flock of millionaires.
So I want to know who my friends be. All of my friends want 1 million naira.
They do it.
1 million naira.
They
and
do
if
it.
you want to say it will be 30 BG.
I'm 30
I want 1 million naira.
Davido and his flock of millionaires. Test your popularity. If you think you're popular, if you're well known, if you've got rich friends.
Me, I don't rise with lifting others for the past 100 years.
I be dog.
I'm doing I want 1 million naira. If you don't send your own, you out of here, man. I'm 30 BG Ghana president. What's poppin', man? No more follow back. All these Latin don't send money. Today not. Meyokun, Peruzzi, Dremo. Oh yeah. Sharply. I'll call other people's names. I'm calling everybody out, nigga. Fuck that. Everybody out, nigga. Fuck all that. Esa, Bobo. Oh yeah. You know that I've given you a hit song. If you know that I've given you a hit song, I did wait. No, I know myself. Mr. Easy, Empower. God bless you. Diamond Platinum, Tanzania, Focalistic, South Africa, Stanley now, Cameroon. Okay, I'm waiting. My shit going crazy. E-money, received, thank you. It's not a bad thing, not a privilege. You go think you go use them as privilege. Say, I dash that small boy, they grow money. Not privilege. You understand? You get money. BTC wallet, Bitcoin they game. Tycoon, I get wallet.
Yes, now you have to. Ethereum too. You have Ethereum too.
I can't go follow. I go post that guy too. Keep it coming. You go full. Bengali, we await from the Lee Temple. Pato, Alubarika. Oh yeah. Somebody daughter go send me money. Money. T-baby, you know I love you. Update. I just met him at the mall.
You say you want to give him how much? It's 1 million.
1 million for birthday cake.
Yo.
No, I won't give more than 1 million.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's 1.6. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey.
When I want to that, I want to do.
Ah, boy, my birthday will be like this. When?
Yeah, Bado. Olamide. Me, I just want me euro. Oh, give me the money, yeah. Pico, yeah, me go. Oh, yeah. And your Badmos. Kiss Daniels. If you want to leave.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, money talks. I mean, if you don't get money, hide your face. That is the thing. Birds of the same plumage flock together. The rich flock with the rich, and the poor flock with the poor. That was how it started. Like play, 200 million don't enter person accounts. Wow. Davido has come out to thank his fans, friends, colleagues, and the general public for their generous donations towards clearing his Rolls Royce as his birthday gift that would apparently ushered in his 29th birthday celebration. According to Davido, this whole thing started just as a joke, as he puts it. In my usual playful manner, I requested a few days ago that my friends and colleagues send me money in celebration of my birthday. The response and outcome exceeded my expectation as I received about 200 million in less than 2 days. Can you beat that? Please, send me money, boom, before you can close your eyes and open. Oh boy, you don't get 200 million in your account sitting. Wow. I truly appreciate everyone who has donated his hard-earned money. And I'm very, very grateful for your generosity. So says Davido. 200 million. He went further to say that I have always been passionate about giving back and helping people. In view of this, I am delighted to say that all the funds received will be donated to orphanages across Nigeria. And this is where the lesson begins. Can Nigerians be this generous? I'm just asking. Been there, done that, so I know what I'm asking. If Nigerians can be this generous, then our humanity is, after all, untainted. It means we can give a helping hand to the needy. It means the hopeless and the helpless can get succor. It means our hospitals littered with patients who are forced to remain in the hospitals due to their inability to clear their outstanding hospital expenses can now heave a sigh of relief because help indeed will find them. It means the millions of out-of-school children littered around us on the road hawking, who are the victims of a failed society, who have become street urchins, can finally see a silver lining. If indeed the rich will remember the poor. That if it were indeed true that our society has suddenly become its brother's keeper and not a society of birds of the same plumage flogging together, the rich for the rich and the poor for the poor. I hope there will be a lesson to learn from this, perhaps. An elitist society that cannot save the many who are poor, it cannot also save the few who are rich. And that is food for thought. That will be all for today, and thank you for finding the time to watch my video. If you like the content of this video, please do give it a thumbs up, strike on that notification bell, leave your comments down below, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Remain awesome while I see you pretty soon. Peace out.